Yeah, well, this is Dwight Lilly out here. I'm outside the VFW post down here on Homestead Road in Pahrump. And as you can see right here, this is the food I come and pick up every Sunday down here, feed my chickens. I make a donation to the kitchen staff down here, and they happen to save the food, you know, scraping off the plates and everything, and then I pick it up. Well, this week, as you can see how big this bag is, this is also leftovers from the memorial service for former Sheriff Tony DeMaio, who had his memorial service yesterday at the Pahrump Nugget. Estimated of 500 people there, and about 200 was estimated were turned away from the door. It was 100, well, I don't know, they say it's 106 or 7, but it was 110, 111 degrees when we left yesterday to go down there. And I want you to know that Pahrump, as corny as this town is, really is an all-American town. The people really stick together here. And we had the political races last year where the current sheriff, Sharon Worley, was running for re-election, and Tony, who had been the sheriff for 12 years here in Nye County, Nevada, had decided to step back in. He thought there was things that were not going the way they should, and it was a lot of contention during that race. A lot of angry words spoken, a lot of games being played. But, you know, in the end, the public decided to keep Sharon Worley as a sheriff, and Tony went back to living his life. Well, those of you that live here know that the tragedy that befell Tony DeMaio, he had an accident and passed away. Well, the memorial service was for him. Now, when 500 people show up and 200 people are turned away, and you've got the very sheriff department and sheriff putting on an event for, in a sense, Tony. They had the memorial service that they put together. They had the honor guard, the 21 gun salute, the whole thing. It just goes to show you again what a magnificent town this is out here in Pahrump. Now, we get home, and I find out by going on YouTube, which this will be posted on, that there's been a mass shooting down in Paso Texas. 21 people slaughtered and many more injured, and then 26 injured, 20 killed, 26 injured. And then last night in Dayton, Ohio, we have another 9 people killed by another mass shooting and a whole bunch of more people injured. So what does this tell you about America right now? It tells me that we are an extremely divided country. And a lot of that division I'm putting right square on the backs of the national media. They run propaganda stories day in and day out, and people are not out, young people in particular. I don't see them out in masses playing baseball and football and you know, the people now, and this is just my opinion because I don't have any statistics to back it up. It seems like the younger people, they sit around video games. They are watching TV all the time. My God, there's so much TV out there, you don't know what to do with it all. And what's going on is they get pumped this propaganda. The video games are all shoot 'em up, cowboys, you know, how many can you kill in the next 15 minutes, and so forth. And and I believe that this has poisoned the minds of a people, and it's not just white young men, it's not just black young men, it's not just yellow or red young men, it's all young men, and even the women out there now have drawn lines, and their neighbor is their enemy, and there's something wrong with a person because they're a different color or creed. And what do you have to do? Well, the video games tell you you kill the bad people. The press is pumping you up. You're hearing all these stories. My God, how many shootings? Well, I heard today there's been 250 mass shootings in the United States in the last year. Now, I don't know what they're considering mass shootings, but I know there's been a lot of shooting. And a lot of these assault-style rifles being involved in them, which is pumping up the fervor that, oh, we need to have gun control. Well, the guns are not the problem. It's the poisoned minds that are a problem. It's the propaganda that is the problem. Now, how do you have propaganda control? How do you get people to realize that a video game is just that? It's not reality. Those are real people that these young men are shooting in these mass shootings. So I don't know what the answer is, but I'm going to get out of this heat. I'm walking around out here in the VFW parking lot, and again, it's over 100 degrees. But this is Dwight Lilly with the Dwight Lilly Show, and I'm going to sign off right now. And but you think about that. You think about what's going on around you. Come out, write letters to the editors, call up these newspapers and call up these television stations and tell them you're sick and tired of the propaganda that's driving Americans against each other.